All right, let's talk about something that's totally shaking up the world of sales. We're moving away from those long, draining, all-day training sessions and into something way more powerful, bite-sized lessons. Let's dig into why this micro-learning revolution is making such a massive impact.
So let me ask you a question and be honest. Is your sales training, is it stuck in the past? Are you still shipping your team off to those all-day seminars, just crossing your fingers and hoping something, anything sticks? If you're nodding right now, you totally get the frustration. The sales world today moves at lightning speed, and our training, it's got to keep up. Okay, so first up, let's dive into what I like to call the training time trap. We're going to break down the biggest problems with those old school traditional approaches. And this right here, this really hits the nail on the head. On one side, you've got the old way, right? The long, expensive, one-size-fits-all sessions, where, let's be real, most of that info is forgotten by Monday morning. But on the other side, that's what modern sales teams are screaming for. On-demand, personalized learning that actually sticks. The old model, it just can't hang anymore. So the big question is, how do we get out of that trap? Well, the solution, funnily enough, is a small one. Let's talk about this micro approach. Oh, I absolutely love this analogy. It's just perfect. Think about it. Remember those giant brick phones? Now we have these super powerful computers that fit in our pockets. Well, sales training is going through the exact same thing. It's shrinking, it's getting way smarter, and it's right there for you instantly the second you need it. So what exactly are we talking about here? We're talking about micro sales lessons. And these are just what they sound like, super focused, bite-sized training modules. Seriously, we're not talking about hours and hours. We're talking maybe 2 to 10 minutes tops. Each one is designed to nail down one specific skill or one key concept really quickly and really effectively. And the best part? This whole approach is incredibly flexible. It's not just one thing. It could be a quick little video on how to handle a tough objection, or maybe an interactive quiz to sharpen up your product knowledge, or even a playbook you can scan literally 2 minutes before a huge call. It's all about giving people what they need, how they need it. Okay, so I know what you might be thinking. Smaller lessons? Does that mean smaller impact? No way, not even close. In fact, the benefits you get from these little lessons are absolutely massive. I mean, just take a look at this breakdown. The biggest piece of the pie, right there, improved retention. That means people actually remember what they're learning. Then you've got these huge advantages like flexibility and convenience, not to mention some serious cost savings. And here's the kicker. People actually like doing it. It's way more enjoyable. Let's zoom in on retention for a sec, because this is the real game changer. The science here is actually pretty simple. When you only have to focus on one single concept, you're not overwhelming your brain. It's called reducing cognitive load. It's like instead of trying to drink from a fire hose, you're taking small, manageable sips. This helps embed that knowledge deep into your long-term memory. It's the difference between cramming for a test and truly mastering a skill. And look, for any sales leader out there, the cost savings are just wow. Think about it for a second. All the money you spend on flights, hotels, conference rooms, instructor fees for those big traditional seminars, microlearning just wipes a huge chunk of that off the budget. It makes continuous training not just something that's possible, but something that's financially a no-brainer. All right, so we get what it is, we get why it works, but how do you actually use it in the real world? Let's get practical. Okay, there are 3 amazing ways to put this into play. First up, reinforcement. Imagine that big training event you just had. A week later, you can push out little micro lessons to make sure those key ideas don't just fade away. Second, upskilling on the fly. A rep just had a tough call. Boom, they can immediately pull up a module on consultative selling. And third, learning new tactics. You can get your entire team up to speed on something like social selling in a matter of minutes, not months. And this is such a perfect example of how that reinforcement cycle works. See, microlearning doesn't have to completely replace your big deep dive seminars. It actually makes them better. It complements them. So you go to the big event, you learn all the complex stuff, then you get these daily or weekly micro refreshers to lock it all in. That way your initial investment actually pays off. It creates this amazing continuous learning loop. Okay, this all sounds great in theory, right? But what about the people who are actually in the trenches every day? What do salespeople on the front lines have to say about all this? And this isn't just guesswork. The insights we're about to unpack come from a survey of over 500 salespeople, real people sharing what they actually want and need from their training. And you know what they said? The message couldn't have been clearer. They said, keep it short and sweet. Make it relevant to my specific needs. Make the content fun and modern, please. Give me 24/7 access so I can get a refresher whenever I want. And maybe the biggest one, train us continuously, not just once a quarter. I mean, if that's not a direct mandate for microlearning, I don't know what is. And let me be really clear about this. This is not just some passing fad. This is the foundation for the future of all sales training. And when you think about emerging tech like AI and interactive video, they're only going to make this model of flexible, just-in-time learning even more powerful. Trust me, microlearning is here to stay. So I'll leave you with this one final thought to chew on. Your buyers have changed. Their expectations have changed. The way they research and make decisions has completely evolved over the last few years. So the real question you have to ask yourself is, has your training,